Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss the pre-board examination for the chemistry subject classes plus 2. So as we know, pre-board examination dates has been declared by Punjab School Education Board. So due to that we are going to discuss the Punjab School Education Board sample paper. So ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਫਸਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਪੇਪਰ ਫਸਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਪੇਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ 5 ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਮੈਕਸੀਮਮ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਪੇਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਕੈਮਿਸਟਰੀ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ ਵਿਦ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ। ਸੋ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਦੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੀ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਲ ਦੀ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ 70 ਆਊਟ ਆਫ 70 ਮਾਰਕਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੇਨ ਕਰਨ। ਸੋ ਆਲ ਦੀ ਬੈਸਟ। ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਸਟ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਪੇਪਰ ਤੋਂ। ਸੋ ਫਸਟ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ MCQ ਟਾਈਪ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਟੋਟਲ। ਸੋ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਝ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਲੈਵਲ ਹੈ ਪੇਪਰ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਅਪ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਟੋਟਲ ਟਫ ਪਾਰਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਸੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਫਸਟ ਸੈਂਪਲ ਪੇਪਰ ਫਸਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ which of the following is not correct for ideal solution. So as we know ideal solution which having delta H mixing and delta V mixing become equal to 0 and obey Rolle's law. So which is not correct. So option A delta S mixing is equal to 0 is not correct for ideal solution. Second, what will be the molality of the solution having 18 gram of glucose has been dissolved in 500 gram of water. So ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ calculation ਕਰਾਂਗੇ molality ਦੀਆਂ by using formula of molality we know that the answer is 0.2 molar. Next question, which of the following has highest boiling point? So as we know, as in the first option I, that is the water factor become equal to 2 ions, and in barium chloride 3 ions, glucose only 1 and sucrose also 1. So I is equal to 3 is the right answer. So option B is the right answer. Next, resistance of 0.1 molar KCl solution in a conductance cell, that is a 300 ohm, and conductivity is a 0.013 Siemens centimeter inverse. The value of cell constant, so cell constant ਆਪਾਂ calculate ਕਰਾਂਗੇ by using the formula of conductivity become equal to conductance into L over A. So ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ value put ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਨਸਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਆਪਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ। Next ਹੈ units of molar conductivity are, that is a molar units ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ Siemens centimeter square mole inverse, that is a option B is the right answer. Next question is ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ catalyst, that is a increase the rate of reaction, that is the by lowering the activation energy. So right answer A option, lowering the activation energy. Next is the units of rate constant for third order reaction. So as we know the general equation for rate constant K is equal to concentration to the power 1 minus n, and second inverse put the value for third n equal to 3. So it will give the answer D, that is a mole inverse liter. Second inverse is the right answer. Next, half-life period of a zero order reaction become, that is a directly proportional to the initial concentration of a reaction, that is a T half become equal to A naught over 2K. ठीक है, that is a directly proportional है. Next, the compound 3-phenyl prop 2-enol is also known as, this is the cinnamaldehyde. Option B is the right answer. Next, which of the following method cannot produce aldehyde? Aldehyde अगर oxidation करते हैं alcohol दी, that will also produce aldehyde. And dehydration, ozonolysis also produce hydration of ethine with acid, that also produce aldehyde. And a dehydration of a secondary alcohol, that will produce the alkene. So the option B is the right answer, which cannot produce aldehyde. Next, which of the following required for the Stephan reduction reaction? That is a tin stannous chloride. Option C is the right answer. Acetyl chloride react with X to give the butane 2-on. So right answer, that is a diethyl cadmium use ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ। ਸੋ ਐਸੀਟਾਈਲ ਕਲੋਰਾਈਡ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਟੋਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਨਵਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ। ਨੈਕਸਟ ਹੈ that is a Ether can be distinguished from alcohol from the following reason. As we know, the reaction with the hydrazine, option B is the right answer. So next, when benzene diazoxide chloride treated with copper powder and HCl, the product that is a chlorobenzene. As we know, this is the powder reaction, copper powder. So this is the that is a gentleman reaction. The most stable complex, that is a iron oxalate complex, higher oxidation state. So option C is the right answer. Next, coordination number of metal M in complex, that is a M ethylene diamine twice and Cl2 and Cl. So this is also the right answer, A option 6. So next is article, that is which of the following is a hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate ligand, so ethylene diamine tetraacetate, EDTA, this is a hexadentate ligand. Next, the IUPAC name of the K3FeCN5NO, so potassium pentacyano nitrosylferrate 3. So this is the right answer. So option C is the right answer for this IUPAC name. नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पैराग्राफ बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है, सो इन्होंने मैं डिस्कस नहीं करांगा इतने, सो यू कैन ट्राई इट इटसेल्फ. So next is article true false type questions. First that is a in coordination compound the metal show only the primary valences. This is a false statement. Carboxylic acid are weaker acid than alcohol, also a false acid. And aniline is more basic than methylamine. This is also false. So Hinsberg reagent can be used to differentiate between the amines. This is a true statement. And grid of lead packed with spongy lead is a cathode in lead acid cell. This is also a true statement. Next article 2 marks carrying question है, difference between ideal and non-ideal solution. Ideal solution, that is the solution which obey Rolle's law, and non-ideal which don't obey the Rolle's law. And in ideal, solute molecular interaction are identical to the pure component, and the interaction between solute and solvent is lower or higher, that will show positive and negative deviation. And Rolle's law predict the overall vapor pressure will be same, and in according to Rolle's law the absolute pressure increase and lower the projected value. And in ideal solution, delta H mixing and delta V mixing become equal to 0, and a non-ideal solution, delta H mixing and delta V mixing does not equal to 0. Example, hexane and heptane are benzene and toluene are derivative. Carbon disulfide, acetone, phenol and aniline, chloroform and acetone, these are the example of non-ideal solution. Next, a numerical article, calculate the boiling point of solution. 1.8 gram of non-electrolyte solution, that is dissolved in 90 gram of benzene. So ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਥੇ KB ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਵੀ ਗਿਵਨ ਹੈ, TB ਨੋਟ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਗਿਵਨ ਹੈ, WB ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗਿਵਨ ਹੋਗੀ, WA ਵੀ, TB ਆਪਾਂ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ. ਸੋ ਬਾਈ ਯੂਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਦ ਇਕੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਡੈਲਟਾ TB ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ KB ਇੰਟੂ M, that is a molality. So molality ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਇੱਥੇ ਪੁੱਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ, given mass over molar mass multiple 1000 divided by weight of solvent. ਸੋ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਪੁੱਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤੇ ਡੈਲਟਾ TB ਨਿਕਾਲ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ. ਸੋ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਆਫਟਰ ਦੈਟ ਦਾ ਇਕੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਫਾਰਮੂਲਾ, ਡੈਲਟਾ TB ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ TB ਮਾਈਨਸ TB ਨੋਟ. ਸੋ TB ਇੱਥੇ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਨਿਕਾਲਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ TB ਨੋਟ ਪਲੱਸ ਡੈਲਟਾ TB. ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਨਸਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ 354.102 ਕੈਲਵਿਨ. Next again question, same chapter, that is a TB note value ਸਾਨੂੰ given है, weight of solvent also given, weight of solute is given, solvent is given, TB boiling point given है, KB ਸਾਨੂੰ value given है. So MB molar mass ਜਿਹੜਾ solute ਦਾ ਉਹ calculate ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ. So first we have to calculate that is a delta TB. So delta TB the relationship equal to TB minus TB note. So put ਕਰਾਂਗੇ value ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ. So delta TB ਇੱਥੇ value ਆ ਗਈ. So by using the relationship delta TB equal to KB into M, so delta TB KB into molality M, given mass over molar mass multiple 1000 divided by weight of solvent. So MB ਦੀ value calculate ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ 258 gram per mole. So this is the numerical from the first chapter. Again next numerical, that is based upon the second chapter electrochemistry. So specific conductance of 0.12 normal solution of electrolyte is 2.4 10 raised to minus 2 centimeter Siemens centimeter inverse. So normality is given K conductivity value is given. So by using the relationship lambda equivalent conductivity become equal to conductivity multiple 1000 divided by normality. सो सारी वैल्यू पुट करांगे तो सोल्व करांगे साढ़े को बहुत ईजीली आंसर आ जाएगा. सो नेक्स्ट है, if first order reaction takes 20 minutes for 25 decomposition reaction, calculate the time for 75% of reaction will be completed. ਸੋ ਦੋ ਸਟੈਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਿਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ. ਸੋ ਪਹਿਲਾ 25% ਕੰਪਲੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟੀ 25% ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ. by using the first order equation t is equal to 2.303 over t log a over initial concentration over final concentration. ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ log a over b ਦਾ ਫਾਰਮੂਲਾ log a minus log b. ਸੋ log 100 minus log 75 ਇੱਥੇ ਨਿਕਾਲ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ. ਸੋ log ਨੂੰ ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਮੈਥਡ ਵੀ ਈਜ਼ੀਲੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ 13 ਟਾਈਮ ਉਹਦਾ ਸਕੇਅਰ ਰੂਟ ਲੈ ਲਓ, ਮਾਈਨਸ 1 ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਮਲਟੀਪਲ 1780 ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਲਟੀਪਲ ਕਰ ਦੋਗੇ. ਸੋ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਲੌਗ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ. ਸੋ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲੌਗ ਟੇਬਲ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਣ ਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਈਜ਼ੀਲੀ ਸੋਲਵ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੇ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਿਕਾਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਰੇਟ ਕੌਂਸਟੈਂਟ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ. ਸੋ ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਸਟੈਪ ਹੈ 75% ਕੰਪਲੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਨਿਕਾਲਾਂਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ. ਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੇ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਆ. ਅਗੇਨ ਬਾਈ ਯੂਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਕੇ ਟੀ ਇਜ਼ ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ 2.303 ਓਵਰ ਕੇ log initial concentration over final concentration. ਸੋ ਕੇ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਪੁੱਟ ਕਰ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਥੇ log final over initial concentration. ਸੋਲਵ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਵੈਲਿਊ ਪੁੱਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਪੀਰੀਅਡ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ, prove that the first order reaction show that time required for 99% completion is twice the time required for completion of 90% of a reaction. ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਟੀ 99% ਅਤੇ ਟੀ 90% ਦੋਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਨਿਕਾਲਾਂਗੇ. ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਇਜ਼ ਟੀ 99 ਇਕੁਅਲ ਟੂ 2.303 ਓਵਰ ਕੇ log ਇਨੀਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਕੰਸਨਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਓਵਰ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਕੰਸਨਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ. ਸੋ 100 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ 99 ਮਾਈਨਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਕੁਛ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ. ਸਿਮਿਲਰਲੀ ਟੀ 90% ਅਗਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇਹ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ, ਟੀ 90% ਆਹ ਵਾਲੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਂਸਰ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ 2. So T99 become equal to twice that of T90% completion of the reaction. So ਇਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਨੈਕਸਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, why d block element are to form number of alloys. So as we know that d block element they have tendency to form alloys that can be explained on the atomic size. The atomic size of transition metal are very similar to the and hence the crystal lattice atom of one metal can readily replace the atom of another transition metal and result in the formation of alloys. So because alloys that is a metal plus metal or metal plus non metal ਦੀ ਮਿਕਸਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਟਲ ਦਾ ਸੇਮ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ they can replace with each self and form the alloys. So for example alloys that is a steel iron alloy with carbon. So next question ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, difference between the double salt and coordination compound. So double salt exist in only in solid state and associate in liquid, and coordination compound exist in solid state as well as liquid state. Double salt that lose in identity in solution, and coordination that do not completely lose their identity in the solution. And the properties of a double salt are essential the same as that of constituent compound, and the properties of coordination compound are different from constituent. In double salt the metal ion except their normal valencies, and in coordination compound metal ion is surrounded by the number of oppositely charged ions on neutral molecule. Next question ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, why aldehyde are more active than ketone. So aldehyde are generally more active than ketone in the nucleophilic addition reaction due to the inductive and steric effect. So in case of inductive effect, as we know, in case of aldehyde there formaldehyde especially no alkyl group is present, only hydrogen are present, and in case of aldehyde one alkyl group is present, and in case of ketone that is a two alkyl group are present. So due to that in ketone that there is a presence of two alkyl group which increase electron density on the carbon of carbonyl group and making it less electrophilic. So nucleophile fail to attack the carbonyl group. On the other hand aldehyde has only one alkyl group. So second effect that is steric effect. So in case of ketone, there is presence of two alkyl group, there is a large steric hindrance, so due to that attack of a nucleophile does not occur, and hence ketone are less reactive, aldehyde and ketone are less reactive and aldehyde are more reactive. And in case of aldehyde there is a lesser number of alkyl group, and in case of formaldehyde there is a no alkyl group is present, so that's why the aldehyde are more reactive than ketone. Second, and write a short note reaction on Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction. And in case of Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, that is a very important reaction, that is a production of primary amine. So this is a chemical reaction used to convert the carbonyl functional group into the methylene group and formation of amine. So in case of Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, ketone is treated with the hydrazine, that is a formation of imine product, that further treated with hydroxide and ethylene glycol and formation of alkane as the major product. So next reaction, that is a Gabriel thalamide reaction. So in case of Gabriel thalamide reaction, there is a conversion from the thalamide to the phthalic acid and the production of a primary amine. So in Gabriel synthesis reaction, in the thalamide first treated with the potassium hydroxide, formation of potassium thalamide, that treated with the alkyl halide, formation of N-alkyl thalamide, further treated with the water hydrolysis, formation of phthalic acid and primary amine. Next, why phenol are more acidic than alcohol? In case of phenol and alcohol, these are acidic nature, that is based upon their nature. So in case of a phenol, that show the different resonating structure, and in case of a phenol, due to the resonating structure, oxygen showing the positive charge, and due to that hydrogen can easily replaced, and due to the resonance oxygen requires some positive charge, and it will strongly attract the shared electron of OH bond toward itself, and H positive ion is released. So due to that they show the acidic in nature, and there is a tendency to release the H positive ion and leaving behind, that is a phenoxide ion, which is also a resonance stabilizer shown in the structures from 6 to 10, because oxygen having the negative charge. So due to that phenoxide ion, which is also stabilized to the greater extent due to the dispersion of a negative charge, and thus the phenoxide ion is readily formed due to the dissociation of phenol. But on the other hand, in case of alcohol, there is a presence of R group, which is a plus I effect, and increase the electron density on the oxygen in the alkoxide ion, and hence does not show any resonating structure or stability. That's why this is a less acidic in nature, and phenoxide ion which more acidic in nature. So phenol are more acidic than alcohols. Next question is, write difference between the globular and fibrous protein. In case of globular, these are cross-link condensation product, these are linear condensation, these are soluble in water, these are insoluble, these are stabilized by internal hydrogen bond, and there is a formation of extensive hydrogen bonding. And this is, that is the albumin in egg, all enzyme and hormone, and this is a myosin in muscle, and keratin in hair, and fibrin in silk is the example of a fibrous protein. Next ਸਾਡੇ को 3 marks sharing question आ रहे हैं. First question, that is based upon the chemical kinetics chapter based upon the Arrhenius equation. So as we know, there is a given, that is a temperature 1 and temperature 2, and rate of constant become quadruple. So as we know the Arrhenius equation, log K2 over K1 equal to EA activation energy divided by 2.303 R1 over T1 minus 1 over T2. So as we know, K2 over K1 value is given, that is a 4. So put करेंगे log K2 over K1, that is a 4, and EA over 2.303 8.314, 1 over T1 temperature minus 1 over T2 temperature. So तो activation energy आप calculate कर लाएंगे, that is a 52.898 kilojoule per mole. So next is ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ write the Nernst equation and calculate EMF of the falling cell. So cell representation given है, adduction potential ਸਾਨੂੰ given है, रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल ਆਪਾਂ ਲਿਖ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ E नोट कॉपर टू पॉजिटिव टू कॉपर एंड E नोट सिल्वर पॉजिटिव टू सिल्वर। सो ਇੱਥੇ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਇਕੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਲਿਖ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਐਟ एनोड एंड एट कैथोड। सो मल्टीप्लाई 2 ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਨ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ। सो ओवरऑल रिएक्शन सो एन वैल्यू सानू मिल गई। सो एज वी नो ई सैल बिकम इक्वल टू ई नोट कैथोड माइनस ई नोट एनोड। सो इत्थों सानू ई नोट सैल जी मिल जाएगी। ठीक है जी। नेक्स्ट अप्लाइंग द नॉनस इक्वेशन ई सैल बिकम इक्वल टू ई नोट सैल माइनस 0.059 ओवर एन लो कंसनट्रेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्ट ओवर कंसनट्रेशन ऑफ रिएक्टेंट। सो इत्थे आपां पुट कर देंगे सारिਆਂ ਦੀ वैल्यू। तो जो कंसनट्रेशन वैल्यू गिवन है सानू पुट कर देवांगे। सो लॉग ए ओवर बी की प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करके आपां इत्थे सॉल्व करांगे। लॉग नू ईजली मैथड सॉल्व करने का मैथड पहले भी किया आपां। सो लॉग एम इंटू एन बिकम इक्वल टू लॉग एम प्लस लॉग एन। लॉग की प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करांगे एंड लॉग 13 की वैल्यू पुट करांगे एंड लॉग 10 की पावर 6 दैट इज़ ए 6 लॉग 10 1 हो जाएगा। सो साढ़े को 6 वैल्यू आ जाएगी। सारी वैल्यू पुट करके सोल्व करांगे तो ई सैल बिकम इक्वल टू 0.25 वोल्ट साढ़े को आंसर आ जाएगा। सिमिलरली नैक्सट क्वेश्चन इस चैप्टर के बेस जो सो मोलर कंडक्टेंस एट इनफाइनाइट डिल्यूशन ऑफ सोडियम आयोडाइड दी मोलर कंडक्टेंस गिवन है, सोडियम एसीटेट की वैल्यू गिवन है एंड मैग्नीशियम एसीटेट की वैल्यू गिवन है। सो एज वी नो वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द मोलर कंडक्टेंस फॉर मैग्नीशियम आयोडाइड। So magnesium iodide can be calculated by molar conductance of magnesium ion and plus twice of the iodide ion. So for the calculation of this equation we can apply on first, second and third equation. So after solving that we will get the magnesium iodide. This is the 23.56 Siemens centimeter square mole inverse। ठीक है जी। So next है साढ़े कोल how will you differentiate between the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol on basis of Victor-Meyer test? So in case of Victor-Meyer test, as we know, this is the test for distinguishing between the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. When primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, these are treated with the first step in the phosphorus and iodine, there is a formation of a ido product in primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. And in the second step, that is a silver nitrate reaction taking place in the second step on the first primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. There is a formation of that is a product formation of alkane, nitroalkane। So nitroalkane the formation साढ़े को हो रही है। So after that there is a addition of nitrous acid that is a HONO। So ਜਦੋਂ nitrous acid the addition होएगी in the primary alcohol that will form the nitrolic acid, secondary alcohol form that is a pseudo-nitrile, and tertiary that does not give the any reaction. So in case of nitrolic acid blood red color solution form, and in case of secondary alcohol that is a blood color with alkali, and third that is a no color formation. So this is the distinguish method between the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. Again second option question, that is how will you prepare tertiary butyl ethyl ether by using the Williamson synthesis. So as we know, in case of Williamson synthesis there is a condition that is a by using the primary alkyl halide. So in case of this the tertiary butyl ether can be prepared by the reaction of sodium tertiary butoxide with ethyl bromide, as there is a condition of using the primary alkyl halide only. So we use the tertiary form of alkoxide ion. So by that there is a formation of a tertiary butyl ether is the formation. So next that is a compare the basic character of primary, secondary, tertiary amine in the solution phase. So when we compare the basicity of aliphatic amines, we would expect the basicity of a tertiary amine to be the greatest and followed by secondary and then primary amine. So following the order is this, but according to steric hindrance and solvation of ions, so the in case of steric hindrance the size of alkyl group is more than in the hydrogen atom. So an alkyl group would hinder the attack of hydrogen atom and thus decreasing the basicity of molecule. So more the number of alkyl group and lesser will be its basicity. So due to that the order is primary amine, then secondary and tertiary. But after that solvation of ions, the second factor, the amines are dissolved in water, they form protonated amines. Also the number of possibility of a hydrogen bonding also increase. The more the number of hydrogen bonding, more is the hydration release in the process and formation of a hydrogen bond. So due to that primary amine has maximum tendency to form hydrogen bonding, after that secondary, then tertiary. So due to that there is a formation of primary, secondary and tertiary. So but overall conclusion is that the combined effect of pushing of effect of alkyl group plus the effect and steric hindrance and solution of amines, basicity is the order that is defined in this order, that is secondary amine, then tertiary, then primary and ammonia. This is the basic trend based upon the laboratory or experimental phenomena. So last part, that is a section D, write in note on the preparation of KMnO4 from the pyrolusite ore. So in case of potassium permanganate, this is prepared from the pyrolusite ore, manganese oxide plus potassium hydroxide with the oxidation, formation of potassium manganate K2MnO4 plus water. After that potassium manganate undergo different reaction in a neutral or acidic solution to give the potassium permanganate. So this will form potassium permanganate. So second part, why d block element are act as good catalyst. Transition metal have filled d orbitals, so they can easily withdraw the electron from that reagent or give electron to them, and depending upon the nature of reaction they have tendency to show large number of oxidation state and ability to form complex, which make the good catalyst in nature. Next question is difference between lanthanide and actinide. Lanthanide most probably show +3 oxidation state, and some few cases show the +2 and 4. And in case of actinide show +3 oxidation state, also show +4, +5, +6 and +7 oxidation state. And in lanthanide binding energy of 4F are higher, and in case of actinide binding energy of 5F are lower. And lanthanide 4F electron have greater shielding effect, and in case of actinide 5F electron have poor shielding effect. In case of lanthanide tendency to form complex is less, and actinide tendency to form complex is greater. There is a large difference between 4F and 5D orbital, and there is a small difference between 5F and 6D. Lanthanide show lower oxidation state, actinide show higher oxidation state. So these are the difference. Next, the second question is transition metal have tendency to show variable oxidation state. This is due to the n-1d and ns orbitals. And second, that is the energy difference. The second question, the energy difference between these orbital is very less, and hence can easily form the bond formation. So next, that is a structure of chromate ions Cr2O7 2 negative ion. So last one question, write a short note on the reaction of Sandmeer reaction. In case of Sandmeer reaction, benzene diazonium chloride, that is treated with cuprous chloride HCl, formation of chlorobenzene, nitrogen and HCl. So this is the major product of chlorobenzene. So this is a Sandmeer reaction. And in case of Wurtz reaction, when both alkyl halide unit are treated with the sodium metal and two alkyl halide, in the presence of triether, formation of alkane as the product. For example, bromomethane 2 molecule treated with the sodium metal, in presence of dry ether, formation of ethane will occur. Second, third one reaction, Wurtz fatigue reaction. In case of Wurtz fatigue reaction, when a alkyl and aryl halide treated with the sodium metal in dry ether, formation of a duct as the product. For example, chlorobenzene treated with the methyl chloride in presence of sodium metal and dry ether, the formation of toluene as the major product. Next, that is a Bal-Schimann reaction, when benzene diazonium chloride treated with hydrofluoroborate, formation of benzene diazonium fluoroborate, and after the heating, that is a fluorobenzene is the product will occur. Finkelstein reaction, in case of alkyl halide treated with the sodium iodide in acetone under flux condition, formation of ido as a product, alkyl iodide is the major product. This is known as the Finkelstein reaction. Next, that is why alkyl halide are more active than aryl halide. This is also can be explained on the basis of a resonance effect and hybridization effect. In case of a resonance effect, the aryl halide electron pair on the halogen atom that will show conjugation and formation of a positive charge on Cl negative ion Cl, and due to that, as a result of the resonance, there is a delocalization of electron on CCl bond which acquire partial double bond character, and this is the evident that the contribution from the structure. As a result, the bond cleavage between C and Cl become difficult, and that will less reactive toward nucleophilic substitution reaction. Second factor, that is a hybridization. In case of haloalkane, the carbon atom of CCX bond, that is a sp3 hybridization, in which the S character become 25%. So in case of CX bond in the haloarene, this is a sp2 character, and S character there is a 33% large S character, large electronegativity, and show greater S character, more electronegative, so it can hold the electron pair of bond tightly with the tightly that the sp3 hybridized carbon in the alkyl halide with less S character. So therefore CX bond in alkyl halide is shorter than that of alkyl halide. Third factor, that is a polarity. So this is the main reason. Next question है, alkyl halide become polar. Why alkyl halide are insoluble in water? Alkyl halide, that is alkyl halide, are polar and their molecules are held together by the dipole-dipole forces. And on the other hand, a molecule of water, that is held together by hydrogen bond. When alkyl halide are added to water, and their new forces of attraction between the water and alkyl halide molecule are weaker than the force of attraction already existing between the alkyl halide and water molecule. Hence alkyl halide are insoluble in water. So this is the first sample paper fully solved. सो इसी तरह नैक्सट ਜਿਹੜੇ सैंपल पेपर है वो भी ਆਪਾਂ सोल्व करांगे. सो होप दैट सारे बच्चे इस चीज़ का फ़ायदा लैणगे. सो ऑल दी बेस्ट टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स. थैंक यू.